I hope I didn't butcher the name too much, the last name. She's a software developer at Grofers, and here she is.
Hello. Hi. Hi everyone. Myself Ekta Garg. I work as a software development engineer at Grofers. So today we are going to talk about WebAssembly, how we can run Golang into browsers. So first of all, why do we really need to run Go code, source code into browsers directly? Why is there a need of running this code into browsers? So browsers, if you take any browser like Chrome, Mozilla or Safari, every code your code is interpreted and then executed by a JavaScript engine which only runs on JavaScript. So in browsers we have to rely on JavaScript, but it's not good, right? Because JavaScript is not ideal for every task you want to perform. Think about use cases where you need to do complex computations. For example, if you want to run gaming apps on browser, if you want to do 3D rendering, or there are many such cases where you want to directly run into browsers, but there you have to use JS. But JS does not provide us very good performance. By design, it's not designed to be very fast, right? So WebAssembly comes into picture, because WebAssembly, what it does is like we use high-level languages only, and then we can port our code from high-level languages to the browsers directly without having to rely on JavaScript. So let's see, that's the need of WASM. And then let's see what exactly is WebAssembly. WebAssembly is a new type of code. So by code, I mean, it's not a programming language. It's not like you need to learn a new language. It's just a binary instruction format where you will be using your high level language. Like I am a Go developer, right? So I'll be writing my code into Go, and then there is a technique by using that I'll be porting my Go code into the browser. So that's what WASM is. It provides native-like performance because since you are using high-level languages, it provides performance. That's what it is for, and then it is built for. And then you can you get a lot of variety in when you talk about languages. Like there are you can use any kind of language: C, C++, Go, Rust, any language. All of these languages can be compiled into the browser. So this is the definition of WebAssembly directly from the webassembly.org. What it says is WASM is a binary instruction format. So it's so like from high level language, you create an executable file which will then like this is your Go code. You'll compile that code into a WASM module. And then you load that code into your web app, and then a JS file would call that particular WASM module and the code from the web app. So this is how it works, and the files are very smaller. The main benefit of having binary instruction format is the files are very smaller, because JS files are very larger if we if we compare the size of executable with the JavaScript file, and obviously faster execution because steps are reduced in browser. If you run JavaScript code, you have to first interpret the code and then do the type checking. There are so many steps like parsing, compiling, optimization. Everything happens at the browser side, but in case of executable, you don't need to do that. So it's very fast as compared to usual JavaScript. Next is it's designed as a portable target. Yeah. So this is the main feature of WebAssembly. Like it's portable. As I said, it's an executable file, so it's easily portable. You can run executable file on any architecture. You just need to provide the OS and architecture, and then you can run it. So it's a portable language, and any kind of language, like any, so there are many languages which are supporting WebAssembly. Go is one of them. So that's what you can do. And also it provides security. It's a sandboxed version. And next part of definition is enabling deployment on the web for client and server applications. Like you don't even need to rely on deployments, containers, for example. Like usual server based application, you need to deploy your application first into container, Docker container, or whatever you use, and then you are able to run that code. But here you don't need to do that. Just share the binary, and then you are good to go. So less deployment and shared code base. Next, so how do we actually do it? What's the process? So process is like you have Go code. Like I've written. So I'll show you demo in the later section where I'm creating. I'm inputting a number in the browser and then getting a Fibonacci series. So my Go code is there in my file, and then there is a Go compiler which will convert that Go code into a Wasm module. Yeah, and then obviously, if I want to interact with the browser, I need to have some kind of glue code which will convert my Go code and Go code into JavaScript, and then JavaScript into Golang. So there comes need of JavaScript glue code. So I'll be explaining in the later. Hello. Sorry.
1 minute left.
Oh, I need to show the demo. Okay. So, and then by using glue code, we convert that into app HTML, and then we show that into the browser. How do we build Go to Wasm? We need to specify the operating system we are going to use and the architecture. Operating system here is JavaScript and architecture is Wasm. And then Gopher.js, yeah, that's the compiler which we are going to use. And then please go check out Gopher.js. Let's see the demo. So this is the application where I'm doing everything on the browser, right? So there is one executable. I enter any number and then get the Fibonacci series. Everything is happening using an executable. Let's see the code. So first step was loading Wasm. How do we do that? So firstly we have to import this JS file, which we get from the Go packages, and then we create Go runtime. Firstly, we have to create Go runtime, and then there is a function called instantiate streaming, which will take binary, and then which will take bytecode, and then give you.
That's time up now.
Okay, thank you so much.